Hi, this is Greg Maxwell with Amicus Law Firm. We do estate planning for individuals and families here in the state of Utah. We get a lot of questions from prospective clients about long-term care expenses and the best way to help plan for and prepare for long-term care. And it's really interesting. A lot of people think, hey, I know I need an estate plan. I know I need to have a will and a trust and that kind of thing set up for when I pass away so that I know what happens to my assets and potentially my minor children and things like that if and when I pass away. But a lot of people don't think about what's going to happen to them and their assets before they pass away. And so a lot of estate planning has to do with what happens before you pass away while you're still alive. And one of the biggest drains on assets for elderly people, especially in their later years, is long-term care expenses. And so part of estate planning is long-term care planning. And so what we do, especially with folks that are 50, 60, 70 years old in that range, is really talk to them about, okay, what can we do to help plan for those expenses that may be coming? And statistics show that about 58 to 65%, depending on the study, of individuals will need long-term care before they pass away. And the average stay in a long-term care facility is about 28 months on average. And the average cost per month of a long-term care stay is about $7,000 to $12,000 every month, depending on the type of care that you need. So if you think, okay, about 28 months at about $10,000 a month, for most people, that's going to drain a huge portion of their savings that they would otherwise really love to pass on to their beneficiaries. And so without proper planning, a lot of the savings that people have built up over many, many years is just going to go to long-term care expenses. So there is ways to plan so that the government programs that are available can help pay for long-term care and in connection with some of your assets. But you can really, if you do the proper planning early, you can really save a lot of money that will then be passed on to your beneficiaries where you likely want the funds to go, rather than draining all of your assets to pay for long-term care. So long-term care insurance can be an option, but more and more, especially in recent years, that's harder and harder to get and more expensive to get. A lot of people think that Medicare will cover long-term care, which it doesn't. But Medicaid can help cover some long-term care expenses, but you have to do the planning well enough in advance to make sure that you're eligible to receive that type of Medicaid benefit. So come in and talk to us. It's a really important planning strategy that can really save a lot of assets. It can really take a lot of pressure off of you and your heirs financially. And it really just helps give you some peace of mind knowing that you have a plan for what's going to happen later on in life if you do need long-term care. And obviously, if you can avoid long-term care, most people want to avoid it, but we need to plan for the contingency that if you do need it, how are we going to pay for it? And have we done the proper planning that allows other, Medicaid or other government programs to help you do that? So give us a call. We'd love to talk to you about your long-term care planning.